Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Prolific Mindset Podcast Show. Happy for tuning in. Hope you guys had a great week, a blessed week, a safe week. Hope them kids in school. Sorry, kids, I had to tell on y'all that you ain't got school. Broward County, I ain't got school again Friday. Thursday, early release day. I don't know why the hell y'all out this many damn days of the week of school, but make sure you're getting your education. Make sure you're reading your books. Make sure you're catching up on your classwork, because I know a lot of kids are still getting acclimated to a new teacher, a new flow of things. Teacher might be throwing stuff on the Google class, might be throwing stuff on the class dojo. I didn't realize, kids, that we has to have that many damn applications so we can keep up with work. But parents, we got another job once we get off the first job, going ahead and finding that goddamn Google class and that class dojo. But besides that, I want to kick it off today talking about Dade County football. Just this past week, Miami Northwestern played Miami Central, one of the two top teams in the state of Florida. It was packed out, man. I seen just the environment alone, the stadium packed out. Adidas did a great job of setting the perfect environment. Northwestern brought out their jerseys. I'm not a big Adidas person, so really don't care for their jerseys, because the quality of them, they still ripping, they still tearing. Nike didn't have to worry about this, and other people need to step their game up so they can be able to compete with Adidas when it comes to quality of jerseys. Not cleats, not gloves, not all the accessories and stuff, but it was a hell of a turnout. It was sold out. People were still standing outside of Trash Pile Stadium, a.k.a. the Mecca. A lot of people standing outside of the stadium just to watch this game. It was a back and forth battle between the two of the biggest schools in Dade County. I just hate that all our kids, all our talent in Dade County are picking two schools to go to. To go play football for, either Northwestern or Central. Other schools, I don't know what you got to do to start competing against this type of school. I don't know recruiting. I don't know what you have to do, but we got to stop allowing only two schools to take in all the talent. Kids, I'm talking to the athletes. Go to other schools where you can go play. Go to other schools that you can start setting yourself up to be great. I understand you want to win a state championship. Granted, everybody want to win a state championship, but everybody's going to two teams that are already packed out. Go to them teams if you want to, but just remember you're playing against talented guys, or you're practicing against talented guys every day. 5 stars, guys that's finna leave in January, guys that finna reclassify to become they juniors, now they want to become seniors so they can get out of here. Because there's one kid named Tooney, if I'm not mistaken, they call him Baby Jesus, who came from American Heritage. He, who played for University of Miami number 10, had a hell of a damn game against Florida State. He that man. He's that guy on that football field. I can only just imagine what he do in the next 2 years. But this year, he's doing a hell of a thing. He's supposed to be a senior in high school, but he reclassified. But he's showing why he reclassified, and he's standing his ground in the ACC. I hope University of Miami make a deep run. And when Florida football is good, college football is good. I understand Florida State lost, but they're going to bounce back. I understand Florida going through their thing, but they beat the University of Texas. I hate that everybody is scrutinizing Archie, if I'm not mistaken, Archie Manning from Texas. We put him in a category so fast, saying he's a great because his lineage, because who his grandfather is, who both his uncles is, and who his dad is, because they do have a document saying the dad of Archie Manning was better than Peyton Manning and better than Eli. But we didn't get a chance to see that. But thank God he had a son to be able to do this. I hate the scrutiny that this kid is getting. People put him on that pedestal before he earned the pedestal. That's the one thing I don't like about sports. We put people on pedestal before we even get to see what they really about. The only other person I know who got put on the pedestal and stood, and this is for me, not for other people, but LeBron James. LeBron James came in there and he was the king. That's why I say stop trying to match him up saying he's the GOAT. I don't want to be a GOAT. You the king, bro. Like, LeBron James is the king. Is he the best basketball player ever to grace NBA in this era? Same way Terrence Bud Crawford said about Mayweather. He's the greatest in this era. Let's stop trying to compare them. Leave that to ESPN. I done seen people who had fights almost to the point that people started shooting each other just because they're having a battle about, is LeBron better than Michael Jordan? Is LeBron better than Kobe? And I hate that he'll never put Kobe in that conversation because the Mamba mentality is still around and nobody can't really get to it. Jason Tatum is trying, but nothing can be like a Kobe Bryant. Nothing can have the Mamba mentality. But I hate that we put athletes on pedestals before they prove themselves. Michael Jordan wasn't on a pedestal once he left North Carolina and came in the NBA. He actually had to earn his stripe. That's why a lot of people don't know Michael Jordan history, because all they go off is his success. He didn't have success when he first came in. He used to get his ass beat all the times in the 80s by some great teams, the Pistons, the Celtics, the Lakers. He didn't quit. He kept going until he jumped in the 90s, and that was the best damn thing. That's the best basketball we ever seen played, ever, with one of the best teams that's assembled. But back to what I was saying is, we put people on pedestals without even let's allow them to go through the test. Like, let's go through the test. Let's see, can Archie go out there and beat a few SEC schools? Can he beat a Georgia? Can he beat a Florida? Can he beat a LSU? Can he beat a Bama? We only went off of, I think, the 2 games he played last year. He looked tremendous as hell. We thought we was looking for something. So I understand why people said the quarterback that was there last year was taking scrutiny, because they knew it was a Manning. But think about it. Look at the value he had that made him the way that before he even touched the field, we was already saying it's a Manning. It's a Manning. We know he's going to be great. He's going to be this. But now, since I went back and did some studying, he really didn't have competition in high school. And I don't know Texas to not have competition, but probably his classification or his section or his district, he didn't have competition to go against. So I don't know how they graded him against talent, because a lot of the kids he was playing against are hedge fund managers, Fortune 500 owners, insurance brokers, not real everyday football players who saying this is their livelihood. He didn't play against those type of guys until he got there now. And I'm not saying the Texas team last year he probably could have pulled, but this Texas team here literally got some work to do. They really do. But also with that, LSU had a bye week this week, so, we was off after we took the loss to Ole Miss that I feel like we shouldn't have never lost. But, hey, it's the playoffs. We got to get back in the top 10 at the right time. We got to make sure we win the SEC West, because that's not going to be easy, because we got to play Alabama. And no matter if Alabama don't have Nick Saban, that's still a great Alabama team. Now, do it have flaws and holes, and is it as dominant as it used to? No, we know that, because if Vanderbilt can put points on the board, that says enough about where's Alabama's football. But, I hope, I know Nick Saban is getting tired being on ESPN on Saturday mornings, even though I love him and I'm a fan, but, Baton Rouge would love to have you back, Coach. I know I heard your wife owns some real estate still in Baton Rouge, so she needs to come on down and, be able to manage her property down there, in that area. Football is in you. So, just come on down, Coach Saban. I know you want to go back to LSU. You said your favorite place was Baton Rouge. Your favorite place was LSU. The one national championship ring I always see you wear all the time is that one from 2003 that you won at LSU, where it all started for you. And let's the truth be told, 2007 national championship team for LSU was built by Nick Saban. Nothing against Coach Miles. He was a great coach. He did a good job. But just with what Nick Saban stacked and put there, it was unbelievable. But with Coach Miles, he had some of the unbelievable talent. Odell Beckham, Mike Brockers, Jarvis Landry, the Honey Badger. So I can go down to them. White. He didn't have Reed. All these are secondary guys I'm naming off. But Patrick Peterson. He didn't have a lot of great players, but he couldn't cash out on them. He couldn't win a national championship, and that's all that it means. I understand he went undefeated to the SEC championship, then went to the national championship, and couldn't pass the 50-yard line. It's about results, not what's the possibility, not what's the promise to happen. But Nick Saban did. So, Nick, I'm right here. We'd love to have you in Baton Rouge again, because we won a national championship, and we want you to set our standard back to what it once was. And it's winning national championships and being in the playoffs, even though the playoffs wasn't with him then, but BCS, but we need you to get this team back in the playoffs and start getting talent back there that can structurally and understand as football players how to win. And yeah, so Dade County football, like I said, Dade County football is back for one game. It sucks that they built an environment for one game to hold that type of game. Everybody from 71st Street, everybody from 95th Street, they was there. You can hear the crowd. You could have drove by and you thought it was a college game, but it was actually a high school game. People was on the sideline. People was in the back of the end zone. It was almost like a backyard football game. It was almost like a game that you would used to see the old Liberty City Warriors back in 94, when you go to Charles Hadley Park and used to watch games. And if it was a big game, you seen everybody surrounding the field. And that's how it was this past weekend between Northwestern and Central. But it's crazy that we only going to have a magnifying game only with those two schools. And I know I hear about Big 3, Big 4, Big 5, and all other stuff. Just go out there and win, guys. Shout out to Dillard. Dillard is still undefeated. I understand that they're not, most people are complaining, saying they're not playing teams, but it's not their fault that they're playing teams and they're winning. Even though they need to be battle tested, because if they don't, they're going to run into a wall real soon and they're going to be out of the playoffs or run for the playoffs in the first or second round because they haven't played talented teams. But to still go 7-0, that's still awesome. That's still great because you still had to go out there and play football and still execute to be in the position that you are in now. So I take my hat off to Dillard. You're doing a hell of a job. But other schools, guys, parents, there are other schools out there. There are other schools that have great coaches. There are other schools out there that would love to accept your child and put him on the field now. But if everybody keep thinking Northwestern and Central are the only two places that your ass you can send kids to, the quality of football in Dade County is going to fall. Edison, they got something over there playing. Carroll City, they not saying Carroll City's bad, they just don't live up to the standards that we came from. And I understand it's a different era, different time, but the players change. The game remain the same. The game's never going to change. The players will. So if you got to win, you can go to coaching clinics. You can go to, other coaches, college coaches, because I take my hat off to one coach, Coach Jude. I like his podcast, Go for Two. If you love high school football and you love somebody being straightforward or talking about where the standard of high school football is, Go for Two with Coach Jude and one of his other partners. My apology, bro. I'm going to figure out your name, but I don't right now. But go for Two. You need to check out that podcast if you want to know anything about Dade County football. And he says it straight out. He tell us the truth. He tell us, and I make jokes under his comment, and I say, he said, Carroll City got the recycling bin right there. Now they trying to move the trash bin. I would move the damn recycling bin out of the way, put the trash bin there because Carroll City's not living up to the standard. I haven't seen a state title in a long time. And the reason why I'm talking like this, and I'm not trying to knock the program, we did live by standard. I just don't believe the coaches that's there now understand the standard of what we come from, what coach came from. It's so sad to the point that Coach Frazier won't even go to high school football games. You're talking about a legendary coach who smoked a cigar, kept his conductor hat on, had his shorts, his black shoes, his orange shirt, depending what type of week it was. He might have had the orange, windbreaker, or he might have had the orange shorts with it. But an historical coach like that doesn't go to high school football games because he don't believe the riches of our game is there anymore. You see a lot of undisciplined play. You see a lot of things that coaches are allowing kids to get away with. Like, we got to be structured. In that Northwestern and Central game, I've seen so many penalties from a great national ranked team. A great national ranked team. Both teams. I'm not going to just say one. But you've seen errors that could have been easily avoided. When I was in the NFL and when I played for New England, Coach Belichick thing was to hound in on details of the game so we don't put ourselves in position for holding calls, pass interference calls, personal foul calls. He taught us the game to the point that we was already playing the game during the week before we got to the game. Only thing was different was we wasn't playing against each other, scout team and first team. It was actually the team that we were competing against to stop them on everything that he taught us. So, yeah, man, but Dade County football, was only here for one game. What do it has to take for Dade County football to become consistent again? I know I've been way, way, way removed from high school football, but once upon a time, I'm gonna take y'all down memory lane back in 03, 04 when Kansas City won the state championship. We played Miami Northwestern the first time. We played them at, I think what it was called, Pro Player Stadium. It was called Pro Player Stadium at the time. And we played Miami Northwestern. I was 11th grader, and we had Willie Williams on the team. So a lot of you guys know what year I'm talking about. And when we went to Pro Player Stadium, bro, we sold out the whole first level of a pro stadium. Let that sink in your head. A pro stadium. We lost the first time 17-zip. The game was so anticipated because Northwestern was the number one team in 6A or possibly in the state of Florida at the time. And we lost one game. And after that game, we didn't lose another game or even probably let a team cross the 50-yard line because there was a standard that was held by Coach Frazier, Coach Bonwell, Coach Keno, God bless his soul, Coach Dre, Coach Brian Williams, Coach Bobby Frazier, Coach Nixon. I can go down the line to tell you all the coach. It was a standard that they held us by to the point that we didn't want on defense. We didn't let a first team defense never let another offense score or probably get past the 50-yard line. And when we got a chance to play Miami Northwestern the second time, it was the same thing. Just imagine this. Let's go down here. Let's picture this in our head. Everything is coming out of the city. Donks, box Chevys, Grand Prix, Monte Carlos, SS Impalas. Every girl's inside the shop getting their hair done. People can't even find tickets because they're going to Northwest. Northwestern fans are going to Kansas City to get tickets. Kansas City fans are going to Northwestern to get tickets. Guys in the barbershop getting their hair cut. This is the biggest talk of the town. The night is ready. People cars are washed. They ready to stunt. They ready to hit pro player and get ready for a high school game, bro. Think about this. Everybody who went to that game this week for Northwestern and Central, think about all the stuff that was being done before this game. The hype for it. People who had bringing fits for it. People getting their hair done. People getting their hair cut. People coming out with the new J's, or if they are Jordan that came out, that was new. But the environment alone, that reminded me when we played Northwestern in 2003 at Pro Player Stadium, their environment. Why can't we not have that same environment every week for every game? I understand Northwestern might not play a Central every week, but Northwestern's a powerhouse. Central might not play a powerhouse every week, but they're a powerhouse, a national championship powerhouse. And you have Edison, you have Carroll City. Like, I know people look at me crazy when I was like, how in the world is Carroll City Senior High playing at Betty T. Ferguson? How? I just can't understand. I couldn't see myself back then playing at no Betty T, even though Betty T wasn't around, but I couldn't see myself playing back at a recreational park. Not with a team that, like the team I ran with, not with the guys I had on my team, or not what Carroll City history is from. Imagine the 96 Chiefs, imagine the 95, 96, and 97 Chiefs playing at a recreational park. It's no way in hell. Wouldn't happen. It was just too many people around to get in that. But we got to find a way to spread this talent out around Dade County and put it back where it once was. Put it back into New Orleans. Put it back into Carroll City. Put some more talent back in the Miramar. Not saying you're sorry. I'm just saying let the talent spread itself out and stop everybody bunching up on each other when you know you might not get a run. You're a freshman. You might not play until your junior or senior. That's a hell of a program, but not for you, kid. You probably can go and get a scholarship playing somewhere else. You want a team to look at you. Scouts will find you, but they won't find you on the bench. I'm going to say that again. Scouts will find you. They just won't find you on the bench because teams like Central Northwestern are stacked. You got teams like Hialeah. Shout out to Hialeah. They just had their senior night. Shout out to my guy, LJ. It was great seeing him this season. And it was great being a part of his run in his senior season, number 7 for Hialeah. Can't wait to continue to see him with his game and him progressing and him becoming better as a linebacker, DN, whatever position they put him at. Hell of a ball player. But they have other schools out there with great coaches. I see people talk about Coach Ice. Coach Ice left Booker T. I understand he took majority of Booker T because you got to remember, guys, y'all always say kids follow coaches. So what do you think that majority of Booker T. Washington was going to do? They was going to follow straight with Coach Ice. And Coach Ice coached me when I was in the Florida versus California game. And I had an honor and the chance to be able to be coached by him and coach with him, not coach with him, but be on the team with his staff that he was with. And it was amazing. And also just seeing him coming from Northwestern, when you see the year of the bull, that's Coach Ice. When people see that, that's who you're looking at. He was one of the first coaches that got exposed to the nation when the year of the bull came out and saying this is the style of football that we do. Northwestern has their own style of football. That's why it works for them. That's why they have multiple championships. That's why they're always in the playoffs every year, because they got their own style. Every school in Dade County who plays sports or plays sports in general have their own tradition. We need to start teaching our kids tradition again. But the reason I believe tradition will not be taught again, because as soon as a kid's not playing, or a kid not getting an NIL deal, or a kid feel like his parent, like, you should be playing, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, now kids get up and go somewhere else. Back then we couldn't transfer, so you had no other choice but to learn your culture, or where you was in your environment, or where you was at. So that's what it is. Let's switch over. I realize this era has changed. I really don't see kids outside anymore. I'm tired of seeing these PS5s. I'm tired of seeing online play. I'm tired of seeing the VR on your eyes. Or you guys want to play online gaming all day. Online gaming back then, and I understand we didn't have it because we wasn't up to date now, it would be like literally 5 or 6, 7 bikes at one person's house, and we're playing games at this person's house. We ain't online playing. We all in the same house. Hey, yo, I got next. Yeah, we might be in your refrigerator, raiding your refrigerator, seeing what snacks we got in there. But those was the good times. Like, kids have to go back outside. Besides only the athletic kids, because a lot of the athletic kids are just going to programs. And once you see all of them go to Optiments or whatever sports they're playing, the rest of the kids that are home are playing video games. I understand the era is changing, and becoming a streamer is the goal for kids now. I don't understand why, because help me understand, what's the enjoyment of me watching somebody else play a game that I got in my damn house? I just want to understand. If you telling me the cheat codes and stuff, I understand, because back then we used to always get GameStop books, or those type of books, they used to give us cheat codes in it. You had to play up, back, A, B, C, D, or XO, whether it was Sega Genesis or Mortal Kombat. When you played Mortal Kombat, you knew you had to know those tricks, especially if you was on the bridge and you uppercut and buddy went to the pit. Or either you knew the code, and when you saw Santa Claus in the back, yeah, I ain't know I knew that. Santa Claus used to be in the back of the screen, and he would be going by the screen. But kids are so much tuned into games, we're forgetting about the greatness of being outside. Our parents used to just leave our asses outside. We probably come in late as hell. I know I had to be in before the street light. So if I ever heard my whole government name being said, believe me, I'm running like Usain Bolt to make it back to that house before the last syllable of my name is finished out of my mom's name. But we need to start getting our kids more acclimated to going outside, playing sports, playing basketball, hooking up with the neighborhood kids, because that was a lot of my friends. A lot of the neighborhood kids were my friends, because I'm telling you, once you become an athlete, it's kind of difficult for an athlete to have friends in this neighborhood, because majority of the time, if he's an all-year-round athlete like myself, I was a football player, basketball player, track and field, and a wrestling guy. I was gone year-round, so it was kind of hard to hang out with my guys who I raised up with or kicked it with. Now my relationship started turning toward more of athletes, because we're around each other, blood, sweat, and tears, going through tour days, going through practice, getting cussed out by coaches, studying film, learning our books. Not saying our friends around our neighborhood wasn't our friends anymore. It just now it became the athletes. And usually that's who usually hang around each other, are those. But the kids that are home, parents, let's get our kids outside the door, and let's not leave it into the school hands to get 30 minutes of PE. Because what the hell you can do with a 30 minutes of PE? I can't even get a good kickball game in. You know how big the teams used to be. Damn near 20 kids all want to kick, and then you might have 5 or 6 out there trying to catch the ball. But we don't even have a good time to even break a sweat for kids, because they don't emphasize what like PE used to be, or gym. They don't emphasize it no more. So as parents, we have to take the time and be able to help our kids. Go outside, play basketball for a few. Go meet the neighborhood kids down the street, what they like to do, what they want to do. Or either you're going to get in sports. But the video game need to be tailored down a little bit. Being a streamer, I don't understand. Hey, you make your money, but I don't believe there's an open gate for for everybody to make millions like you Kaizen X or Speed. That ain't gonna happen for everybody. And now I'm seeing everybody's going into the Twitch world. I think Twitch was first before I started seeing streaming and people having their own platform. But the video games are going to be there. But I feel like the everyday like working or studying is gone now. Like more people are more worried about when the next drop on Roblox. I know a lot of parents, y'all ass on payroll. Your kid got you on payroll for Roblox. Because every time they want to get the new jewelry, the new hat, they want to unlock a new stage or do something like that. I'm tired of you, Roblox. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of keep paying for 100 Roblox $10, or you got a subscription month. You can get it weekly or you can get it monthly. I'm tired of that damn shit, man. Everybody, I know your kid play Roblox. Your ass is on payroll. Roblox is on your credit card or your debit card transaction every other week or damn it monthly. And I understand you might try to buy the 10,000 Robux, but I realize with my own son, he can spend Robux in seconds. I don't know how. I just see a whole world. I just don't understand how the hell he can spend 10,000 Robux in a few seconds. Like, bro, are you giving it to somebody? Or are you buying the city out? Or are you buying art pieces? Are you buying some type of rare piece? I don't understand. I don't understand that world yet, that virtual reality world, gaming world. I don't understand it, but it's cool. If you like it, I love it. But you got to get outside there, though. Run, jog, walk the dog, like do some type of curriculum activity outside the door just for at least an hour or something. Then come back inside, do your homework. Well, homework should be done first. Let me not push that. Homework should be done first, and then everything else will come about. But kids, we need to get outside. Parents, we need to push our kids to go outside, whether it's to the basketball court, whether it's a little light jog, whether they playing a little sports, get the basketball dribble, play catch with them, play soccer, go to the golf. A lot of kids like playing golf. My son like playing golf. He's good at it. So I was happy to be out there, even though, hey, the clubhouse people, all the fathers that take their son to golf, the clubhouse is where it's at. Cigars, scotch, I ain't gonna tell you no more, but make sure you get your kid there. But but yeah, just make sure that we get our kids outside. So let me transition to this topic that I want to really talk about. The New York Giants GM. How in the hell does he still have a job? Somebody got to tell me. Daniel Jones out here for the Indianapolis Colts looking like Josh goddamn Allen. And I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel Jones could keep this elite play up for the next few weeks. If he can keep this elite play, don't argue me this man is not the MVP of the league. Please, because Lamar Jackson ain't it right now. Patrick Mahomes ain't it right now. Jalen Hurts, they're not throwing the ball as much, but they're playing hell of a defense to get them to win. And then you got Saquon Barkley, a guy last year that went to the Super Bowl, that won Offensive Player of the Year, and damn near almost cracked 2,000 yards. Could have actually broke the damn rushing record. And they both came off one team, the New York Giants. Came under the same GM, even though they started unreleasing Hard Knocks video to show us how the GM messed up this team. Don't get me wrong, he did a good job by bringing in, I think, number 6, Dart. I forgot what his name is. I don't want to say his name wrong. Jackson Dart, thank you. They're bringing in Jackson Dart. He's doing a hell of a job. He transformed it. But you still messed up because you got Daniel Jones going to the Indianapolis Colts, beat out a top 5 pick, and he out there looking like Josh Allen, man. He out there looking like Joe Montana. He out there looking wonderful. Then we got Saquon Barkley. Every time he touch the ball, you got to hold your damn breath because he's either going to run you over or he going to do some type of jukes that I don't know how they can put it on PS5. I don't know if you got to hit the analog stick, spin it, or hit triangle at the same time so he can do those amazing and wonderful moves. But Giants dropped the ball, and they're going to try to cover it up as best as they can, but they can't because, bro, those are some talented-ass guys. Or either better yet, it wasn't a GM, it was the head coach because he couldn't coach that type of talent. But somehow, some way, them two guys went to other teams and became some of the best talent. Like, I don't understand how he still got a job, but I understand how the NFL works. It's a buddy league. So if they do a bad job for 2 or 3 years, they're okay. Like Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboys, they don't want to win a game. I became to that belief this year when they let a prime pass rusher, somebody who's in their prime, let go and go to another team. But It's a hell of a job by the agent. He got his money worth, I think 170, 180 million. So he reset the market. Can't wait for the next defensive end or defensive tackle to come out and see can they reset the market themselves, because it need to happen. It need to take place. It needs to take place, because this is bad. We got GMs out here killing the game. The Miami Dolphins. It's sad that Tyreek Hill messed up his leg. I hate when I see injuries like that. But now we're going to see what the Miami Dolphins can do without Tyreek Hill. I believe Jalen Waddle is a number one, or that offense is going to have to set up and create around him as a number one. But I seen it when he got the tight end that used to play for the Raiders, I think Wallace, and he's doing a hell of a job. He's making passes. He's opening the game for Tua, because Tua can't throw outside the numbers. So Tua can only throw down the hashes in the center of the field. So this tight end is the perfect weapon they got. Their defense is good. The DBs got a little work on it a little bit, but the Dolphins are doing a great job. So let's keep it going. Let's see where the Dolphins can take this. Let's see, can the Dolphins put themselves back in the position, because I don't know if the third or fourth in the division. I know Buffalo Bills got to be number one, because they doing their thing. They just had a hell of a game. Nice ass jersey. Nice. I think it was white and silver with a little bit of red outline on their helmets. Nice ass jersey. Now the NFL getting out of all that traditional shit and actually started blending into this game, because people I know they're gonna break their arms to get them jerseys or those helmets. Anytime any one of those jerseys drop on inside the store, somebody's going to go get it. Somebody's going to want to be the first guy to go get that Buffalo Bill jersey. And you can't tell me it wasn't nice. That damn jersey was nice. It was Monday night not Monday Night Football. Was it whenever the Bills played? I forgot when they played, but they had the all white jerseys on. Those was nice. Those was good. But hey guys, I want you to go on my Instagram on Sneaks or either Prolific Mindset Podcast. I'm going to put some prompts up. I know week in and week out you hear me talk about AI, talk about AI or ChatGPT or Claudio or Gemini. I got a few prompts that you guys can use that start from the base. It's going to be in my story. I'm also going to put it on my page so you guys can use it. It also tells you how to use it. Why to use it, or what can it do to engineering your ChatGPT, because I see a lot of people are using it. They're using it the incorrect way. Go take courses. I've started taking courses at Miami-Dade Community College, because they're the only people that gives us that course and continue the education, whether it's AI analytics, is AI health, AI business, quantum analytics, quantum business. So yeah, we need to learn how to prompt so we can stop just asking it vague ass questions like, oh, can't you do this? Or can you do that? Yes, it can do that, but it's not given to you. I'm going to give you one tip. This is going to be the tip of the day. This is my AI segment. This is my tip of the day. When you do a prompt, write whatever prompt that you want. I don't care what it is or what it's about. Write a prompt. When you do it, make sure that you ask it, rate my prompt 1 through 10. It's going to rate it. It's going to show you all the problems it has, whether you didn't give it a task, whether you didn't give it a character, whether you didn't give it something. It's going to tell you. Learn from that. Don't just be like, okay, cool, it's wrong. Now just give me a 10 out of 10. No, learn what you didn't prompt it for, because it'll tell you. If you the answer, if it said you'd have gave me a question that looks like this, I would give you a better answer. So now when you go back, it'll ask you, do you want me to rewrite the prompt? I want you to rewrite the prompt. I want you to start getting better at prompting, because ChatGPT can do just about anything. Any LM, if you prompt the correct way, LM means language model, whether I'm talking about Copilot, and whether I'm talking about Microsoft 365, or whether I'm talking about Bing, or whether I'm talking about like ChatGPT, Claudia, and all of them. Learn how to use it. Learn how to prompt correctly, because those prompts are going to help you. The prompts is basically re-engineering or engineering how you think. Because if it says you only doing this vague stuff like kids, say like parents, I know you used it for your homework. Just don't give them all the damn answers. Actually use it to help us, because we as the parents are not inside the classroom. So we don't know some of the things that the teachers are teaching. And we know we don't know this math, because I ain't never seen this type of math a day in my life I thought 1 + 1 is 2. But I didn't know 1 + 1, you got to break down the one number to get the next number, then you got to divide it by this number, then it's 0.0 by this number. It's a lot of damn different math, and we know we ain't the best at it. As parents, we're not the best at it. Now, we might have a loved one that might be a teacher, or a loved one that probably, tapped out on math. What I mean tapped out as, they didn't see calculus, they didn't see pre-algebra, they didn't see pre-calculus, they didn't went to the top echelon. So not everybody's going to have somebody in the family that did that, but learn how to prompt what you're doing. And like I said, this is going to be the first thing you do. Write a prompt and ask it, rate it 1 through 10. And it's going to tell you all the things you should have did. And it's going to probably have an example underneath it that shows this would have been a better prompt. Don't just only copy it, but understand what is it, how did it add what it needed to add to give it a better question so it can give you a better answer. Because asking this to do something and you're not giving it a character, like I do history. So I have a new project, I have history. I say, yo, be the Indiana Jones in my history. If anybody know Indiana Jones and looked at it, you know what he used to do. He was a history guy. He used to go after treasures and try to find out hidden things across the world. So I asked it to be my Indiana Jones and tell me about the 15th century, the 16th century. What about the maps? What about Titarium? What about the kingdom of Kush, or the lands of Mamu, or the lands of Mir, or the Atlanteans? Because we always, if you go down the rabbit hole, we always talk about Atlantis. Do we know anything about the Atlanteans? But the only way we're going to do that, ChatGPT would do it. And I understand people ask, do the free version do it? Hell no. But there are hacks that you can make the free one do what the $20 one and the $200 one. You got to go on YouTube for that. You got to go on YouTube. Or either I'll jump on live. If you guys want, I will jump on live and show you the hacks that you need to re-engineer it, because it won't answer certain things. It has a law that it can't answer. Crazy thing is, in my AI class, they said if you threaten ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claudia, it'll answer it. It'll answer it in a different way because it's scared. I never knew artificial intelligence, something that's fake, would actually answer it just because you threaten it, or I'll throw you out of a window, I'll throw you out the building or something, and it actually answer it. But they have ways that you can hack. Make sure you go on YouTube and check out a bunch of YouTubers. Not just only one. Don't go with the first one that sounds good to you. Actually go through it, because ChatGPT, AI, or anyone, I would prefer you to learn all language models. Learn them all, because that's what my teacher told me. He said if you learn them all, you'll be more valuable. You'll be more valuable to help other companies, help somebody out individually, trying to make a agent, or trying to make a chat bot, or just, like I'm use prime example. Everybody like using Microsoft PowerPoint. Why would you use Microsoft PowerPoint and you got Gamma now? And Gamma builds some nice presentations. I know I talked to one of my former teammates last night, and he was just telling me, like, he has a hard time. He has all the information, but he just want to plug and play. He just want to plug in and let it build its own presentation. Gamma can do that. Gamma can actually do a whole presentation. Hell, it'll create the images for you, whether you want it AI, you want it still, do you want it, moving. Or better yet, guys who like looking at podcasts like this. I help myself to get better at podcasts every week because I use Notebook LM. Notebook LM will break this podcast down and do a podcast of its own, telling us Rick should have asked this question, or Rick could have went deeper with this one. He could have had more details with this one. And then it has a chart that breaks down and telling you all the topics that I spoke about, or some of the topics that could have been taken away from this podcast and continued. So yeah, man, AI is moving fast. You see the infrastructure being invested in like crazy. You seeing crypto going crazy. One time crypto was at 124, bounced down to 112, then it bounced back up to all-time high to 125. And the blockchain is coming, if not here already. Guys, get into AI. Learn one tool a day. Like I said, this is my one thing I'm telling you today. You're a ChatGPT, Gemini, Claudia user, rate my prompt 1 through 10. And once it does that, go look at what you didn't put there. It's going to tell you a score, probably 7.8 or 6 or whatever. It's going to give you honest. Then it's going to give you it how it should have been asked. But make sure when you rewrite it, write it for yourself so you can get better at it, because we got to understand the language model. We got to be able to talk to this ChatGPT to get what we want out of it, because AI can help us. We don't need AI replacing our thinking. AI is just helping us, enhancing our thinking and buying our time back. So a lot of the times that you'll spend 200 hours on doing this, you have an app that can take it out. They even got an app called, I think, Sonar 2. You can make a whole damn movie without even being in the studio. So I feel sorry for some of the filmmakers, because now people only just need a phone to make a whole movie. All I just need is to take a picture of your face, and I can make a whole movie. I can put you in any movie that I want. I can put you in I can play Top Gun. Just put my face on the main character, and we can have a whole different movie by seeing it. But I hope you guys enjoyed what I spoke about today, a lot of the topics. And if you have a topic that you want me to speak about, inbox me, man. Sneaks, Prolific Podcast, my fault, I'm tongue-tied. Prolific Mindset Podcast. Leave what you want me to talk about. Leave what you want to discuss. Doesn't matter unless it's, religion, race, and all that stuff. Let's leave that out of there, because we want to have fun. We don't want to bruise nobody's ego. We don't want to go against other things. And if you got stuff you want to go down the rabbit hole, let's talk about it. Like Antarctica, the wall or the dome. When you see that nice rainbow, that's a reflection of the dome. But we're not gonna go through all that. We're gonna see that for a whole nother time. And yes, if you do ask, I am a flat earth believer. Yes, I am. I have my reasons. If you want proof, don't bring the Bible in this, because I use that hands down, because it says it in the damn thing. That's why it's 4 corners of the universe that we can't get outside of, because every time we send a rocket, it's always funny how a rocket goes all the way up and it curves for some other reason. Or when it goes all the way up, you see those ripple effects that goes in the sky. Do you understand why? Because we can't leave it. There's a dome. And I know you don't want to believe it. Cool, great. But if you go on TikTok, type it in. Watch how many people you see. But I don't want to get into no argument and fuss. Hey, constant elevation. Oh, my fault. I messed up my own thing. I'm going too far. I'm going down the rabbit hole. I got to come up out of the rabbit hole. My fault. But hey, guys, this is Prolific Mindset Podcast. I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed going down the rabbit hole for a few seconds. Have a safe week. Have a blessed week. Enjoy yourself. Be the best at what you do. Wake up in the morning, give thanks to God every day, or give thanks to whoever you give thanks to. Because without them, we wouldn't have woke up this morning. Hug your family, hug your wife, hug your loved one, hug your brother, hug everybody, because we don't know when our last day is. And I want to give condolences out to Art Jones' family. I played with him for the Indianapolis Colts. Sad to see one of my teammates gone, and Vontae Davis, who played with me too. I'm losing too many of my teammates. It sucks. This hurt me, because at times, and I understand when you guys don't understand, people with mental health, to keep seeing guys that was close to you once upon a time keep dying or deceasing for whatever cause reason, it also put a strain on me and other athletes that have played with them, because for some apparent reason we think we're next. And it's sad to think that way. But I don't want to end up on a sad note, man. Have a blessed week. Have a great week. I love you, man. Have a great one.